You're listening to the Rossco Fantasy Football Show, live on the Peak One Sports Network.
And we are back with another episode of the Rossco Fantasy Football Show, live on the Peak One Sports Network, here again at No Frills Bar and Grill in Arlington, sponsoring the show. Here on out, we'll be here every week on Tuesdays. I got some swag and all kinds of stuff to give out. It's just an awesome place to be. I don't know if you can tell, it kind of cleared out just a little bit around me right when I got here, but man, what a great place to be. No Frills Grill and Sports Bar. No Frills is a local sports bar and grill that offers good times for all ages, whether you're coming out to catch the game, bringing the kids to the arcade, or maybe you're just grabbing a drink with your friends. Visit No Frills Sports Bar and Grill in Arlington, Fort Worth, Mansfield, Keller, or Burleson today. Well, welcome to Week 4 of the Rossco Fantasy Football Show. Cheers if you won this week, always. Also, don't forget, cheers if you didn't win this week. All right. So, yeah, man, a lot better week for me than it was last week. I hope it was a better week for you guys. And, obviously, if you win, it can't get much better. Unless you're stacking on a bunch of points. But real quick, want to shout out some of our sponsors here at Peak One. The Dapper Dog Academy is a top-notch dog training academy located in Cleburne, Texas. Owner and head trainer Corey Bennett has nearly 10 years experience helping your canine companions become the best version of themselves. Contact Corey and the Dapper Dog Academy on Facebook and book your consultation today. Real great people over there. And then, of course, we always got to shout out Dubby. If you're seeking a superior energy drink to replace those inferior caffeinated beverages, Dubby contains 0 maltodextrin, 0 artificial colors or dyes, and 0 proprietary blends. The coffee fruit extract is the star of this delicious drink, helping you to energize without the jitters of crack. Order Dubby using code PEAK1 and enjoy 10% off your order today. So, man, lots to talk about this week. Gotta be one of my favorite. Oh, hey, food just showed up. Awesome. Yeah. What do we got? We got the hot dogs, tater tots, and some wings. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Awesome. Very excited to try those wings. All right, so I think it's about time we get started with my favorite segment. Just because I thought of it, I'm really excited. It's Who Sucked the Most. Who Sucked the Most, as always, is brought to you by Evans Vacuum. Does your vacuum suck? Or maybe your vacuum doesn't suck. Either way, you should go visit Evans Vacuum. It has a store with the big vacuums in the windows, but since 1937, people all over DFW have known Evans Vacuum as the leader in quality vacuum sales and service. Swing by one of the 3 Evans locations in Arlington, North Richland Hills, or their Camp Blue location in Fort Worth, and receive a free estimate to fix that less sucky sucker that you have. Or, if you mention the Rossco Fantasy Football Show, you'll get 25% off your total purchase. That's huge. That's huge. Even if it's a box of bags, like some vacuum bags, it's going to be huge. All right, so I'll just make a new pile for my stuff. No big deal. So who sucked this week, right? Well, I've gotten some feedback from some of you guys that some of you think that some of these people that are on my list don't suck. And, you're right. None of these guys actually really suck at like football or probably at life, but this is a fantasy football show. We talk about who sucks. And I'll be honest, I can't get over it. I haven't had to move these guys for 3 weeks. Like Travis Kelce, week 1, week 2, week 3. You're not being a fantasy tight end for me, dude. I don't know what's going on this year with tight ends, but dude, there's like nobody is really doing awesome. Okay, there's a couple guys that are doing pretty good, but everybody's hurt, right? And Njoku got hurt. Then you got Schultz isn't getting targets. Then you got Travis Kelce's not getting targets. Sam Laporta's not getting targets. Isaiah Likely. I got one big week, and then nothing else. So, yeah, I kind of just kept this because I thought, hey, you know what? Let's see how much fun we can have seeing how far it goes. You know, how long can we keep these guys on the list, right? But actually, these guys this week. Now, once again, another tight end, Mark Andrews. Goose egg this week. No receptions. Had one target. I mean, does Baltimore have a tight end? Like, they're not throwing to either one of them. Let's see here. So, I don't know. Dan says Kelsey make number one again. He did. In fact, just for you, Dan, let's look at this because this is kind of big. I'm going to just move your comment here. So, I mean, dude, 4 targets, 3 targets, 5 targets. Now, I thought about taking him off this week, Dan, but the reason I didn't was because he just didn't get any points, right? I mean, if he had that touchdown, he probably would have come off the list. I'm just being honest. Isaiah Likely, yeah, you're right. Also, Dan throwing it on a little chat here. Mark Andrews did worse than Likely. You're absolutely right. And so that's why I kind of just kept him here because this is like my top 3. Like, and these are going to be the guys, right, that you drafted super high to get those that really good draft value out of, like Kelsey or okay, maybe not Isaiah Likely. I'm sorry. I told you guys to get Isaiah Likely. I'm just personally hurt because he hurt me. But Sam Laporta, same thing. Like everybody drafted him real high, and then okay, yeah, maybe not Isaiah Likely, but boom, Mark Andrews drafted super high, just not doing it. And then honestly, tell me what you guys think about this one. Obviously, if you're if you're watching, get in the chat. Let me know, where you're watching from. If you have anything to say, I'll get you on the screen. It'd be awesome. But this week, I was really hurt by James Conner, dude. He only had 9 carries. He had 17 yards on those. He had 1 target for 1 reception and no touchdowns. And Conner's the guy that I'm like, dude, I thought I was getting a deal. I thought I was going to kind of steal that guy. I think 6th, 7th round I got him. But anyway, this week, he didn't really get to do much because Detroit went up early. And, of course, when you're down, you got to throw the ball. Unless you got somebody crazy that can just run like nothing. But, James Conner, this week you suck. Mark Andrews, this week you suck. Sorry. Maybe you guys do better next week and you get off the list. We'll see. But that was who sucked the most. Those guys, I don't know. I might just keep them a perennial thing. Real quick, want to let you guys know, too, I'm going to go ahead and throw the link. If you want to get on the show, if you want to ask a question about your fantasy lineup, if you want to, get on later for Fantasy Talk with Rossco, brought to you by Apogee. That's the link right there. Posted it in the comments, so feel free to hop on. Kind of a chill show today. Not a whole lot going on in the fantasy world. Of course, I always like to talk about who maybe you could get rid of to kind of free up some roster space. And all right, I guess we'll do that now. So let's go ahead and let's do to cut or not to cut. Brought to you by Double F Landscaping. To cut's not a cut. Brought to you by our friends at Double F Landscaping. If you're looking to make a cut or maybe a change to your backyard lineup, contact Double F for all your yard maintenance, flower bed installs, backyard renovations, and those fast approaching fall cleanups. Get your free estimate today by calling 817-631-3399 or check them out on Facebook at Double F Landscape. Double F Landscaping. Make your yard look so good the Joneses will be trying to keep up with you. That'd be a pretty darn good looking yard. So to cut or not to cut this week, I kind of had to look. Man, it's getting a little harder trying to find those guys that everybody's holding on to that they haven't let go of yet. And so I imagine that has a lot to do with the fact that you've already done it, right? We're 4 weeks in. Today's waiver day. You probably got your waivers in. You're probably already looking to cut some, but maybe you didn't. Maybe like me, and you like to wait. Save that waiver position and then just grab them in free agency if nobody gets them. Well, these guys, I don't know if you'll be able to get in free agency tomorrow, so you still got a few hours. You might be able to put in a claim. But let's go ahead and start. Get rid of them. Why do you say it? Like, you don't want to claim. You don't want to get these guys. You want to cut them. Look at this. Justin Herbert, he's only got 31 fantasy points so far this season. He's rostered in 55% of leagues, which I guess is good because everybody's like, hey, I want a backup quarterback. I want somebody who can fill in for me in my bye week. And, that's all good and dandy, but, why have Justin Herbert? Number of concussions this week. That's right, Dan. You're right. We're going to be talking about that here in just a moment. Hey, we're doing good, LA. How are you? You want to say hi? Hi, girl. They can't see you there. She's sneaky, everybody, but man, she's got great service. Make sure you ask for LA when you come out here. So anyways, back to Justin Herbert. You're going to want to cut him if you're holding on to him. He's just holding up space. Dude, there's so many other options for quarterbacks. I mean, so many guys, dude. I think I just saw that Sam Darnold is available in a lot of leagues. And I don't know if you've been paying attention, but that guy's been kind of doing a little sneaky sneak coming up there. So now, of course, Justin Herbert, he did aggravate that high ankle sprain that he had going into last week. They saw him after the game in a walking boot. So probably not a super great sign. I guess technically he's hoping he can go through the same process to become available for next week. And, I mean, he's going to want to start. But, I mean, dude, we're 3 weeks in, and it's a quarterback. You've averaged like 10 points a week. I think it's time to cut him. This is a cool stat I found. Check this out. They've got the 5th highest rushing percentage in the league. I mean, so they're a top 5 running team. And you're holding on to their quarterback? Nope, you need to cut him. All right, I got one more for you. It's Dalton Schultz. And this one's probably going to surprise you guys. And, you know, let me know what you think about it. Get on the comments. Let me know. Get involved. But Dalton Schultz is rostered in 72% of leagues right now. And I think that that's just a little bit much. I also think that my music stopped, so I'm going to try to get anyway, so Dalton Schultz is rostered in way too many leagues, guys. I mean, yes, I get it, dude. It's a formula that should work, right? You gotta remember, dude. You got so many targets there. He's only got 8 total fantasy points so far this season, and I'm almost positive I saw a thing that said that he played on 100% of the offensive snaps or something like that. 8 total fantasy points. Just not going to do it. But Houston does have that top-end wide receiver trio, right, to compete with on targets. And what that means for you is he's not going to get enough targets, dude. Even in a dry tight end market, this is not going to work for you. You can't. Just don't worry about it. Get rid of him. Cut him. And that's to cut it up. So, yeah, here we go. Now, of course, if you were going to cut some people, you might be wondering, who can I pick up? You know, who can I pick up to go with that? Well, I guess that means that it's time for Bye. As always, Bye is brought to you by our friends at Buy with Bry DFW. Are you ready to buy? Buy with Bry is a realtor you can trust. With 6 years experience in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, in-depth knowledge of the market, and a passion for finding you the right home, Buy with Bry is a realtor you can trust. Buy with Bry is the best way to buy DFW. Call or visit them on Facebook at Buy with Bry DFW. So, Bryson, really great guy, super great realtor. You should definitely check him out. So, who we're going to use for Bye this week? Well, this guy, Bucky Irving. All right. He's only owned in 36% of leagues right now. He's got one of those later bye weeks. It's not until week 11, so you still got plenty of time to just let him just pound the rock, man. Last week in week 3, he had 9 carries for 70 yards, and then he also had 3 receptions on all 3 targets, right? That's pretty good. Didn't get a touchdown, but Coach Todd Bowles did say that he's definitely earned some more snaps. When you look at the way that the Tampa Bay running game is kind of going right now, a lot of people putting that into Rachaad White. I don't know, man. Bucky Irvin's got a chance to become the lead back, especially in the weeks upcoming. So make sure if you haven't put in a waiver claim for him, you want to get him. The only reason you wouldn't want to go for him is if you're stacked on running back, right? Or you literally just have somebody better on your roster. But any of these guys that are kind of just floaters that you're not really going to be keeping around, I'd say get rid of them, grab Bucky Irving. And if at the very least what you're doing is you're keeping somebody else from having Bucky Irving, that's a win. I mean, okay, it doesn't guarantee you a win, but it is a win. You want to do it. because you don't want to be the guy who could have gotten him, or don't want to be the person. I'm sorry, you don't want to be the person who could have gotten him, but you know. Let's see here. Oh, we got TV dependent. I'm guessing. Dan, was that for Bucky? Let me know. I might have missed that one. Let me know in the chat real quick. I'll watch and I'll see. But I think Bucky Irving might be one of the top. Oh, it's Schultz. Oh, yeah, 100%, dude. Like, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Dan. Yeah, Schultz is definitely touchdown dependent, and it looks like he's just not getting the targets. I could see him being valuable as that red zone target, but I mean, he's not like the tallest guy. You know, he's not like a Kelsey or an Andrews or, you know, Njoku, just huge dude. And I mean, it kind of reminds me, I don't know, Dan, let me know what you think, but it kind of reminds me a little bit about when he was here. You know, everybody had high expectations, just like we do for Jake Ferguson. And then, you know, he goes down there, he's got a great quarterback, was rookie of the year for the offense. And, you know, he's got all this wide receiver talent around him. But, dude, I mean, we're talking nothing. So very good. Bucky Irving. You want this guy. Now, another guy, I thought that maybe Bucky Irving would be like the top waiver claim. But when I was looking today on Yahoo, it looks like Juwan Jennings is just shooting up. He's like one of the top added guys right now. So, I mean, I could be wrong. He might be the number one ad. I mean, and when you consider the fact that he's still only owned in 33% of leagues, but, I mean, he's putting up those wide receiver one numbers. You know, last week he had 11 receptions on 12 targets for 175 yards and 3 touchdowns, dude. It was like 40 points. You won your game if you had him, but who was playing? I don't know. Well, they've got some serious wide receiver injury issues in San Francisco. And you know, like with Debo out, and I guess Ayuk is dealing with an injury. And, I mean, it's just you've got George Kittle, and then you've got this guy. So you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna dedicate it to Dan because he's watching. Dan, I'm gonna make him our number one pick this week. I think you want to get him. So keep that in mind. All right, let's see here. Oh, you know what I did? I forgot to play Cut It when I did Cut It, but, you know, it's okay. We had good music. So, right. Now, so we talked about, you know, who you should cut. We talked about who you should pick up. But one thing I always like to talk about is kind of like lineups, right? And what happens if you have somebody who goes down? You know, we had, like Dan mentioned earlier, we had a lot of those concussions this week. So, you know, sometimes you just got to fix your lineup. And what better way to fix your lineup than with roster repair? Brought to you by K&B Automotive Care LLC. If you wish someone would come to you for that oil change you've been waiting to get done, or maybe you've got a check engine light on, K&B Automotive Care LLC provides mobile diagnostic services and repair covering a range of vehicle issues here in the DFW. Call to schedule an appointment, 682-704-1291. BMW, Mercedes, Jaguar, Range Rover, Mini Cooper, Ford, Chevy, Dodge, Honda, and Toyota too. If you're looking for honest, quality car care on the go, call K&B Automotive Care LLC today at 682-704-1291, or find them on Facebook, K&B Automotive Care. Great people over there. They'll really help you out. Big fans. So, it's no secret. Bunk. Sorry, I had to. The Eagles' star wide receivers are seeing stars this week, and there's one of the concussions. Dan, you got me. This is one of my guys, man. Well, he went down after that 5-yard catch in the fourth quarter and didn't get up, but he did get up eventually. He was evaluated for concussion. They did confirm he had a concussion. He did not return, and it's not sounding good for week 4, especially if you're the Eagles. Okay, because not only did you lose him, but you also lost the other guy. Now, that other guy, who's that? Well, it's not the guy I'm talking about, because I'm talking about how to fix this, right? So, thank you, Devontae Smith, for still at least getting me some points this week. 7 receptions on 10 targets, 79 yards. I mean, it helps. I'm okay. You'll be okay. But I think this is who you need. And there's a lot of reasons. Hear me out. Oh, roster repair. Dan, you know what? You were a genius, dude. I gotta. That's awesome. Roster repair. Love it. Love it. All right, so Jahan Dotson. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Maybe nobody else watches, anything that's happening in the fantasy world. But dude, I'm just gonna skip a few of these. He's like the only other wide receiver on the roster, besides a guy who hasn't caught a ball at all in the NFL. That dude's name is Johnny Wilson. I'll get to that. So Jahan Dotson, he's only owned in 10% of leagues. I mean, who is Hurts going to throw to? He has Dallas Goedert and Jahan Dotson, and I guess maybe Johnny Wilson. But Jahan Dotson could definitely see an increase in targets this week because A.J. Brown is still going to be out. Devontae Smith most likely going to be out, and then Cubby's going to be out too. So he's the only roster. He's the only wide receiver on the roster besides the rookie. So anyways, week 3 does not look good. I get it. I'm that guy. Nathan McBride in our Peak 1 Champs League. Yeah, so dude, hey, I'm throwing it out there, bro. Like, I know that there's probably other wide receivers that you would feel like maybe let's pick up these guys more. But I mean, if you're already benefiting, right, from that Philadelphia passing, and you had Devontae Smith, there's nobody else to throw to, dude. Just consider it. So I know it looks bad. He only had 2 receptions on 3 targets last week, but remember, Devontae Smith didn't go down until the 4th quarter, and he was on like double-digit targets. And so was Dallas Goedert, right? So Devontae Smith had 7 receptions on the 10 targets. Dallas Goedert had 10 on 11 targets. You're going to have to replace those targets. They can't just run it with Saquon Barkley every play, right? So that's the Jahan Dotson. I think that's the guy you should look at for your roster repair. You buy maybe I'll go there. I'll see. So yeah, a little slower this week. Not only at our venue, I could have cleared out a little bit here, but a little slower in the fantasy world. But I'm still here for you guys. So let's do a little bit of that fantasy talk with Rossco, and just to just mix it up a little bit. I'll play my favorite song here that I'm rocking right now, and we'll wait. Remember, I did post the link in the comments. So you guys want to hop on, want to ask any questions, maybe I could help you set your lineup. The floor is yours. It's that time. So definitely let me know where you're watching from. If you're watching, make sure you like and subscribe on the Peak 1 Sports Network, or our Facebook or our YouTube. Some cool stuff coming up this week. So make sure you tune in. We're doing Friday Night Football. This week it's going to be Eagle Mountain we're covering. And it's going to be a good game. The team that they're playing is undefeated, so I definitely think you guys should check it out. Also, Dan tomorrow is going to have his show, The Sports Page. Make sure you check that out. He'll be talking about all the cool stuff going on in the happenings of sports and just all around. But I guess while we're doing fantasy talk with Rossco for a minute, we'll go ahead and tell you a little bit about Apogee. So if you're looking to make your brand stand out, Apogee Graphics specializes in bringing your creative ideas to life. From custom signs and decals to eye-catching posters and innovative 3D products, Apogee Graphics has got you covered. So, little shout out here. Just want to kind of throw it out there. So, Apogee Graphics, they hooked me up, dude. Check these out. I got some stickers. Let me know in the comments if you want a sticker. I can see about getting you one. If you comment, I'll try to get a hold of you. So I got some stickers, right? Well, that's pretty cool. Well, I've also got these awesome Peak 1 stickers. Now, this I'm probably going to put on my car. I'm a big fan of the Peak 1 stickers. Peak 1 logo is awesome. Big fan. And then got some T-shirts, bro, with the logo. Let's go. Also, super stoked about this. This might be my favorite. I'm not going to lie. You know what? I'm gonna save it. So they also got me some koozies, y'all. Let me know if you want some koozies. Hit me up. I will give you a koozie as long as you promise that you've liked and subscribed to Peak One Sports Network. And then my favorite part ever. Oh, look at this, dude! It's got the leather patch on it. Oh, it's so cool, man. So, anyways, got a little bit of swag that I was hoping, some more people would be out here tonight. Like last time we were here, we got a whole bunch of people coming up asking questions, but didn't look like it's going to happen this week. But yeah, whether you're looking to promote a business, an event, or a personal project, Apogee Graphics is there to take your vision to new heights. With top quality printing and design services, Apogee Graphics is your go-to partner for all things graphic. Team up with Apogee Graphics today and create something amazing together. Yeah, so I'd say that was pretty good. Well, we got a little more time, so here we go. We'll go ahead and we'll look at some stuff. Let me see here. I'm gonna get this ready for you guys. Let's go take a look at maybe my fantasy teams. I get nervous showing my fantasy teams, but there's one I think that would be really good to look at. So let me just. Yeah. Well, actually, all right. Let's go over here. Okay. Well, you know what? We're not going to do it because it's just too much work. Well, let's see here. We've got we had, not a whole lot this week. I mean, don't be mad at me. It wasn't as long as the show. But I kind of, I think that this week was just one of those weeks we'll forget about fantasy. And we did have some pretty incredible plays, some pretty incredible wins. I know I won in a lot of my leagues. Anyway, well, make sure that you tune in to Peak One Sports, like and subscribe. Make sure you check out the sports page tomorrow. Make sure you check out Friday Night Football on Friday, and then make sure you start your weekend off the right way with the lead off. Those guys are awesome. Great news. Super, super fun. So I appreciate y'all coming out, for hopping on with me for the Rossco Fantasy Football Show. It's been real, it's been fun. It's been real fun. And with that, I think we'll sign off with a moment of zen. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Y'all have a good fantasy week. Make sure you tune in next week. We'll be back out here at No Frills in Arlington, Texas, with some swag to give away. Y'all have a good one.